That's right. We're back. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Phantasy Star Universe. For this particular stream, we're skipping PSO today because 1.5 times EXP week finally ended. Just about under 2 hours ago too, unfortunately. So, yeah, no more grinding for now. Weekends are going to be my bonus streams. I'm mostly going to try to stream between Monday through Friday, I think. So if I stream on Saturday and Sunday, consider it a bonus. Otherwise, my schedule will likely be Monday through Friday. And the start time will likely be 5 p.m. PST. Or PDT, same shit, but you know. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I was thinking if there was something else I had to say, but no, that's pretty much it. As far as stream announcements go, I think that's gonna be my schedule. I'll always try to start between 5 and 5:30. PST. And this is where we left off. Club music. You turn on the stable volume. There we go. Wonder why just that one day that option wasn't available. That was weird. But now we have it again. That's just been the same exact video too. I don't know why the option just wasn't there that other day. Just looking at the audio levels and making sure everything's working right. On Starship Earth, there is no planet B. Unless, you know, you're playing Phantasy Star Universe, and there's a bunch of planets. Oh, he uses the fist-type weapons. Of course, Master Roshi, for real. He actually lives up to it. These assholes. Son of a... So we're fighting actual bandits now, along with the machines. These quadruped robots. Let me get some water real quick. I actually have it nearby this time. I'll probably speed it up now. We've seen most of the enemies. At least until the next cutscene. I'll only speed it up a little though, just because, you know. Otherwise they'll get caught off guard by a sudden cutscene or dialogue that happens. Dude, Hugo just got knocked the fuck out. Another Dillagrina. Hey! Oh shit. Nice, the door unlock sound. Who's this asshole? Luke Haim says, who's there? It's the shop guy, of course. I forgot his name already, but he says, don't worry, I ain't no pirate. I'm a guardian. No, you sell stuff to guardians. Ethan says, you again. He says, I thought there might be something going down on this train, so I hopped aboard. Excuse me. Never thought it'd be the Tyler family, though. Ooh. He knows who's robbing the train? Nave says, Bruce, it's been a while.
Dylan! You son of a bitch.
Bruce says it's been too long, Headmaster Nave. Too long. I pushed it too early. I should have pushed it there.
You son of a...
Nave says I still can't convince you to change your mind, can I? Nave says, nah. I think this line of work suits me much better. Nave says, I see. Still, I'm holding out for the day you come back to us. Copium. Bruce says, you're a peach, Headmaster. A real peach. I guess he's just happy to know he's always welcome to return if he wanted to. Ethan thinks to himself, he knows the Headmaster. He must be some kind of veteran. Who would have thunk? Is that really the right word? Is thunk actually a word? I'm gonna have to look that up later. I would have thought, like that you would say, who would have thought? Thunk? I don't think I've ever heard that anywhere outside of this. Oh god. Oh my god, that is slow. You gotta be shitting me. Why? What the hell were they thinking? Why not just make them like the old healing rings? From literally the previous game, where it just instantly restores all your health right away. Why do they make you have to sit there like that, chunk by chunk, and it's that slow? That is obnoxious. That's a huge downgrade. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that shit. Bruce says the Tyler family is widely feared even by other rogues. Better take real good care. Ethan says, yeah, I'm trying. The Tyler family, huh? Money. Trial start. Regain control of the train rear. They're focusing the DG attacks on car 7. Hurry up, you two. That was Nave talking. So we have a time trial. Means we can probably get a reward for a good rank and all that. He was like, cover me, Ethan. I'm making a move. What the fuck? Nate was freaking out there. So many assholes. They all got their little masks on. Oh, cleared.
You need to put more effort into it.
Damn! Rank A? And he's like, you need to put more effort into it. Like,
Fuck! You bastard! Oh, shit!
strict master.
Headmaster.
Wait, how did he deliver that line? I gotta hear that again. I talked over him a little bit.
We did it, Headmaster.
Okay.
Headmaster?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
He's asleep!
Headmaster! Are you alright?
Damn!
Karen, the Headmaster just fell over. He's not moving.
It's true then.
What? What's wrong with him?
He's old?
I heard rumors that the headmaster suffers from ICS.
I see. S? What's that?
Instant crash syndrome. It happens to casts near the age of 200. It comes on suddenly, without warning. Just causes their systems to shut down.
But what do we do?
Leave him for now. We've got to move. And there's nothing we can really do for him.
Damn, he blue screened.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Karen? Karen!
Hold on, I didn't think she was gonna actually say something. I thought she was just gonna, you know, do an Oh, you didn't really hear her anyway.
Karen!
Thought she was just gonna do an anime grunt.
What happened?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Mini Darth Vader.
Karen must be in danger. Take care of the Headmaster.
I will. Be careful.
Don't worry, I'll be fine.
Now he's gotta run all the way back across the goddamn train. On his own. This fucking glowing cube charges Masetta to recharge your weapons. Capitalist cube. I like the intro to the song. Then it's just kind of whatever after that. Hugo says, I'll stay with Headmaster Knave. I'm worried about Karen. Please hurry. Go, Ethan, go! His HP is at 444. They're really gonna make us run all the way back? There better be a cutscene somewhere in the middle. Nope. We really... Okay. There's a little bit of bloat right there. They really are making us do this whole thing twice. The enemy spawns are lesser and it's a little different because it's not a trial, you know, during the trial anymore, but still. They're really making us go through the whole train again. I mean, it's a train. It's like a straight line mostly. So how much more intriguing of a dungeon design could they have really given it without turning it into like Resident Evil 0? Meaning adding a bunch of convoluted puzzles to progress, right? Not much. Not unless the train was so massive that it was, you know, it was like a small city on wheels or something. Or on rails. But it's not. A pretty standard size. Well, you know, by real life standards, sure, it's actually pretty big. It's actually a gigantic cargo train, sure. But not big enough for them to be able to do much more than this with in terms of level design. So then they just artificially lengthened this whole mission by making you have to go back to the train like 2 or 3 times. Oh, this is how you access this little dead end. Let's you turn on the lights, get some items, and then you gotta go back the way you came. Oh god, all the way back. That was a hell of a detour. Whew. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, we gotta get the key from way over here and then go back. Looks like it's probably just for something optional though. It's just a closed off room, so. Are they gonna go back for it or say fuck it? It's the same thing as before. Oh fuck, they're back up. Yep. Damn it. I forgot this one's name. I completely forgot his name. He says, heh, the kid packs a punch, don't he? Ethan says, hey chumps, where's Karen? I forgot all their fucking names. That guy over there says, it's on the tip of my tongue too. Ah, if you mean that pretty little guardian, we took good care of her. That doesn't sound good at all. What did you actually do to her? Ethan says, liar! As if any of you could put a scratch on Karen.
You son of a bitch! Holy shit!
This one over here on the right says, that's rude. Ethan says, yeah, it is. Now get out of my way.
You suck!
And the one in the middle says, whoops, you can't pass through here that easily. This is where you say bye-bye. You're in our way. There we go. Ethan says, then I guess we'll have to get this out of the way first. You sure you're up for it? Ethan's like, I guess I'll find out.
Surprise, motherfucker. You son of a bitch.
Trial start. It's a 1 versus 3 boss fight. Oh, that's bullshit.
Oh, shit.
Frozen, not poisoned. We're on fire. Did they just teleport away? Oh, they just did some kind of like super special team attack. But he's a magic user. I think this is the first time we see him fight. He's a force. They have a tank, a range DPS with the guy with the pistols, and then like a magic DPS with this guy. It's their party setup. What the hell is that yellow debuff? Just smacks him. Fuck you. Juggle his ass.
You suck.
The Vol brothers defeated.
Son of a bitch.
Rank A? That's it. Ethan says, please let Karen be alright. I was gonna say no cutscene. Not involving them anymore. And who's this asshole?
A guardian who actually lives up to the reputation.
You're the leader of these rogues?
Right on the first try. Name's Alfred Tyler. Captain of the Landia.
Ethan Weber of the Guardians, captain of myself.
You really want to fight me? Perhaps you should reconsider.
We'll see about that.
It would be a shame to kill you now. You hold so much promise. Perhaps we'll fight again.
Tyler! I've gathered the Idiot Brothers.
Good work. I'm all done here. Lower the rope.
Aye, sir!
Hold on. What did you do with Karen?
Don't worry, she's just taking a nice little nap.
Lena never kills unless it's truly necessary.
Huh?
You son of a...
Perhaps we shall meet again, Ethan.
Tyler! Look! It's a Peru police patrol ship.
They're faster than I thought. All right, we're leaving.
Aye, aye.
Sounds like they got what they wanted, whatever they were after.
Talk to me, Karen.
A convenient camera angle.
Ethan,
You're okay.
the gas knocked me out. I'm sorry, I should have been more alert. They kidnapped some people and ran off with the cargo.
It's not your fault. Those weren't your average run-of-the-mill rogues. I don't get it. What's so funny?
I'm sorry. It's just that I never thought that you would be the one comforting me.
Karen, I don't need comforting now. Not with muscles like these.
Oh, look at this guy. Now he's making his move on her.
Bruh. You
Well, we need
Oh no.
Magashi.
surprise, motherfucker.
How can you sit there laughing when you just let all the cargo get stolen?
Hey man, you need to get off our case. We were outnumbered and outmatched. There wasn't anything we could do.
Enough of your excuses. Standing by while rogues steal our research materials.
What is your problem, Makashi? It's not as if we didn't try to stop them. It's my fault for not realizing how strong they'd be. The Guardians are doing everything we can to help you.
Don't make me laugh.
Where's Rachel?
Guardians are nothing but a bunch of idiots who are always getting in the way. The next time you interfere, will be your last.
What a cock blocker, bro.
Well, that was a
Ethan was just making headway on Karen there, and then this dude just rolls up and rains down on their parade, man.
disaster.
I feel like I was gonna comment something about what Ethan said. Oh, I liked his levity. Yeah. The joke he made about his muscles just to kind of like, you know, distract her from their horrific failure and make her feel a little better. That was good. Like, jokes aside, I like how he tried to cheer her up that way. And then Magashi rolled up. That's what I wanted to say.
Well, that was a disaster. The rogues got away with half the cargo.
Jesus.
It's probably a good thing the headmaster is asleep. Otherwise, I'm sure we'd be getting an earful.
The Tyler clan are the toughest rogues I've ever seen. I don't know if there's any way to beat them.
Did you see that guy, Tyler? His skills were very impressive. I'll tell you one thing, though, man. I need to get a lot stronger before I face him again.
I cannot place his accent. Ethan has a very interesting accent I don't think I've ever heard before.
Yeah.
Excellent! Use those feelings.
Headmaster, you're awake.
It is only through your failures that you may truly know yourselves. Failure is strength, you see. It is the seed which causes all of us to grow.
Well, then
Yeah.
I'll be growing much stronger.
And I will too, sir.
Good, good.
How does that saying go? Something like, you have to fail your way to success? Something along those lines. Like every failure is just another step towards success. Like, it's perseverance. I do know one saying that I heard very recently about perseverance, at least, which is somebody called it the virtue of the less brilliant. Perseverance, not failure. But I mean, it goes hand in hand with that, because it's pretty much saying that, you know, you're gonna fail a bunch of times, but as long as you keep getting back up and trying again, you'll eventually succeed. Obviously, it's not like some 100% hard and fast, set in stone kind of rule. In some things, when you only have one chance, and if you fail, that's it. It's over, you know? But with most things, if you're able to get back up, there's still always a chance you can succeed the next time you try. When you try again, you know? So, kind of like raiding in an MMO. It's just, you fail your way to victory by examining the mechanics of a boss fight, right? Every time you get killed and your party wipes and all that stuff. That's a very succinct and simple gamer way to put it. A simple way to put it for MMO gamers, I suppose. But I mean, there's some bosses that are like raid bosses even in single player games. Like Kingdom Hearts has had plenty of those for years, so decades, I should say.
Causes all of us to grow.
Well, then I'll be growing much stronger.
And
But this
I will
applies to
too,
pretty much
sir.
everything.
we start training right now. I know of a rigorous training course nearby.
Headmaster Nave. He's the toughest in the galaxy.
I was saying it right. It's Nave. I was like, it's gotta be Nave.
Huh? Oh, no. I promised my sister I would come over.
Changing your mind already?
Yeah, me too. I have a date tonight.
What's wrong with
bullshit.
you two? What happened to getting stronger? That's it. Demerits!
What? You bastard! Come on! What the fuck?
What did he say? Demerits? Okay.
Come on!
Oh my god.
You suck!
Now I need to look that up because I've been hearing somebody say demerits and I'm like, what the fuck is that word? What does that mean?
I want to see your tomorrow. Let my
A feature or fact deserving censure?
stay in your heart.
A mark awarded against someone for a fault or offense. What the hell is censure? Express severe disapproval of someone or something, especially in a formal statement. Formal disapproval.
Always with you. Even forget your smile. Words I say. Keep them in your heart.
The merits and demerits of these proposals. That's used in a sentence. Interesting. Now, this is a static part of the image right here. Magashi, Karen, and Ethan. Obviously the main characters of the story. Everything above that is like characters that were featured in this chapter. So I guess I'm trying to find a synonym for it. I guess it's kind of like, you know, like I'm gonna give you guys like bad grades or say that you guys are, or it's like saying, yeah, it's kind of like reprimanding someone then. It's the most basic way. It's like you're reprimanding someone by saying, I'm giving you demerits, you know? It's kind of like, yeah, that's the best way I can, that's a weird word, like...
Ethan and his companions fly down to New Days, the second planet in the Graal system. In Otoku City, center of the communion of Graal, Ethan again meets the Divine Maiden. What secrets of Karen's past will be revealed? Next time on Phantasy Star Universe, the Divine Maiden.
They look so similar, don't they? Extra mode is now available. Oh! So you don't unlock extra mode until now? Holy fuck. What chapter was the next one?
Star Universe.
You gotta play 4 chapters before you get extra mode. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I guess they wanted to make sure you had plenty of free missions available before... Like, if you unlocked extra mode right after the first chapter, you would only have... You would have so little to do. You'd be like, what the fuck's the point of this? Also, they probably wanted you to get all the way to the point where you've unlocked all the basic gameplay mechanics and progression systems, like crafting, because we barely got crafting unlocked in Chapter 4, so that's probably it too. Yeah. If you still want to unlock new missions, though, you still got to keep progressing the main story. Again, unless you play online, then everything's available for you right away. Regardless of your offline story progress. So Chapter 5 is called The Divine Maiden. We're finally revisiting her, and she's the center focus of the next chapter.
Divine Maiden.
Her and Karen look so alike, don't they? That's just an obvious statement of fact right there, too. Whether that means anything in the story, well, we'll see.
In a faraway galaxy lies a sun orbited by 3 planets, the Graal system.
Ah!
A place.
So I just thought my brain started ticking in the background. When you say something has merit, it's like saying this has promise. So demerit or demerit is the opposite of that. So this has demerits, like saying the opposite. This is, you know, This is trash. It's like a way of saying that. And if you say this has merit, it's like saying this has potential. You know, this could actually become something useful or positive. There we go. Now my brain understands how to use that word better.
Place inhabited by...
I just realized it's just a negative version of merit. The word merit. It clicked. I just had to stop thinking about it for a second. Diffuse mode kicked in and said, here's the answer, dude.
Humans.
My subconscious.
And their creations. Castes, Numens, and beasts. For 500 years, there was war among the races, a seemingly never-ending conflict. Then finally, an era of peace and prosperity that has lasted 100 years. But now a darkness has awoken and threatens the universe.
A giant fart from an electricity fart. What?
What the fuck? Bruh.
Yeah. Starting episode 5. So I like how this plays out like an anime, man. Every chapter is like another episode, so they replay the intro. You know, proper anime fashion. I liked it because it helps you pace yourself through the game. Like, I genuinely do like it. It gives it gives the game a feeling of like you're reading through chapters in a book. And it serves to really separate the chapters and the differing tone of each chapter as well. Some chapters are a little bit more lighthearted than others, you know? So yeah, I like that they did this for Resident Evil Revelations too. Not 2 as in also, I should have said. The first well, actually, they did it for both, yeah. Yeah, I like that Capcom did this exact thing with Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2. Dividing it into chapters, and each time it does like a... To be continued, here's a preview of the next chapter. You know, they would do that like what we just saw. And then when you start the next chapter, it didn't do an anime intro like this, because that would be too cheesy and lighthearted for a survival horror game. But it would do a recap of what happened in the previous chapter in case you like stopped playing. And I think part of it was because it made sense because Resident Evil Revelations was made for a portable device, the Nintendo DS. And so a lot of game developers had the idea of if it's gonna be for a portable, people are probably gonna use the portable device and play games on it like just for a couple minutes and put it down. Like the idea was that people would play it like on the way to work. Like riding the subway, riding the bus, on the way to school or something like that. So they tried to make content into like sort of bite-sized form for that reason. Resident Evil Revelations 2 was not for a portable, but I guess they just decided to keep the tradition from the first game after they had ported the first game to PlayStation afterwards and then made the second game for, I should just say console. I think it was on both. I don't know though. Console and PC. They just decided to keep it as tradition at that point. But yeah, I like it. I like the chapter system. That's nice. It allows for good pacing. Chapter 5, The Divine Maiden. Oh, here we go, the training. No more demerits. This reminds me of the Matrix again. I know Kung Fu. I mean, literally, doesn't Morpheus literally do that to Neo? This is literally Morpheus and Neo. Literally! What the fuck? Like, they literally just stole so much of the choreography.
You suck!
Damn, he got his ass kicked.
Ethan, you awake?
Yeah.
Karen needs us. She just called. It looks like we finally get to check out New Days.
Huh? I wonder what's up now.
We get to protect the maiden. Oh, I'm so
Fancy.
excited. I can't believe it.
Happy
This is
are
the
we?
best day of my entire life. I'm
Just
heading
cuts
off
him
to
off.
headquarters early. Don't be late, okay?
Hugo just keeps talking like a Chad.
Ow! Ow!
He's sore from it. The ass kicking he got from Master Nave. No, but seriously, that whole fight scene we just saw. Like, obviously it wasn't exact, but it looks so inspired. Even the background, the little dojo they were in, like, it looks so heavily inspired from that scene in The Matrix. The first Matrix movie, the fight scene between Morpheus and Neo, was definitely what that was right there, dude. You can't convince me otherwise.
Look at this dude.
Oh my god. The cutscenes move a mile a minute. I think I might have said that before. I can't say not all games. Yeah, I can't say all games were like this, but a lot of games were. That was just how standard cutscenes really worked. I'm just so used to, like, Final Fantasy 14 being so slow-paced that it catches me off guard when cutscenes play out that quickly. Not just the fight scene where they were like moving really fast there and all that, but like also even the dialogue. The way Ethan and Hugo kind of talk to each other was just like, done. It was just like the fastest conversation ever. And I'm just like so used to FF14 being so slow and in a contrast to that. So just like, I said this before when we were watching a different game. Or I think I just commented it on the cutscenes of a different game that I might have actually been playing rather than just watching on YouTube, but I said the same thing. Can't remember which game it was now. But yeah, some of the cutscenes here, you know, they're a little fast. Other ones, not, you know, not always, but like that was very abrupt. How that we went from that fight scene, that training sparring session between Ethan and Maeve, to suddenly he's just boom right there in the bed. And it's like, oh, okay, was he just dreaming, or they just kind of like flash forwarded to this is after several training sessions with Headmaster Nave. He's just, you know, like low-key having like nightmares about getting his ass kicked over and over. And then Hugo calls him and they're like, oh, we're doing this. And he's like, oh shit, well, aren't you happy? And they're done. It's like, what the fuck was that? Like, it's just so fast. So sometimes it feels it feels a little rushed. I don't know how to explain it. It could just be the cadence, you know, the rhythm of the voice acting that could be throwing me off. That's just because, you know, voice acting was very much lower quality back then. In general. For video games in particular, because, you know, wasn't such a huge industry back in the 2000s yet. It was still a very niche hobby. But I know what most people would say right about now. But it had soul. And you're right, yeah, it did. It's hard to come by games like that nowadays.
Welcome, welcome. Can I help you? Please come again.
I was like, he's probably gonna talk to somebody. Person says nanotransformers use A-photons. Did you know that? No? What the hell's a nanotransformer? A-photon crystals are created from photons using a special manufacturing process. I feel like they already mentioned nanotransformers before, and I might have forgotten what they were. Only recently were they successful in gaining vast amounts of energy from enlarged crystals. It's the energy of the future. The amount used by the nanotransformer doesn't require large crystals, though. Is it that thing on our back that carries our items and shit? I assume so. But I always thought we went to Motube first.
Welcome. What can I get for you?
My memory of this game, I thought we went to Motube first, but no, we go to the other planet now. The one that doesn't look like a desert. Forget what it's called. Because Motube is very desert-like. It's probably why they picked it to be like the home of the rogues or whatever. Because, you know, it's naturally implied. Desert planet means scarcity. Extreme scarcity means high crime rate. And general lawlessness, I guess.
What can I get for you?
Rules and laws really are just words on paper. You can't enforce them. And it becomes harder to enforce them if, you know, people are going hungry.
Thank you very much.
So, the more scarcity there is, the more destabilization there is in society. Ah, I think that's the planet we're going to. A non-desert one. I realized I started going off on a tangent about that one instead. He says, have you ever been to New Days? That's the one that we're actually going to. The culture and surroundings are a lot different from here. You'll definitely be surprised. It's basically like... what would they call it? Eastern or... I don't know why they call it, I don't even know why they used to say... they used to use the word Oriental. Or like Far Eastern. I don't know why. I never understood that as a kid. Yeah, like sort of a Far Eastern culture, like Japanese culture, that kind of thing. He says you'll probably get to see the Divine Maiden too. I want to go to New Days again. That's the culture, at least just looking at the architecture style and everything for New Days. It's definitely got that Far Eastern vibe. Jesus. Oh yeah, actually I have a chance to do something while he's doing this. 1 second. Perfect timing. Making weapons, man. Getting strapped. He's tooling up for more than half-assed drive-bys. Just to paraphrase Tenpenny. The ballers are making moves, they're making deals, they're making friends, and tooling up for more than half-assed drive-bys. I like how Tenpenny just spends the entire first third of that game of GTA San Andreas just manipulating the gangs into killing each other's leaders to leave them all weak so he can take them all over in one swoop, in one fell swoop. Dude was an evil genius. He just manipulated them all into fighting each other till all their main leaders were killed off. Dudes who would actually be like have the balls to oppose him even though he was a cop basically. And then after that he put them all under his control basically. Said, you all listen to me now. You're gonna sell this crack? Or we're gonna import from some contact in San Fierro? You're gonna make me rich. The leaders of the syndicate he put together were the people who did actually listen to him. who didn't stand up to him, basically. He's like, you listen to me, I'll make you rich. You don't, I'll kill you. Smoke and Ryder were like, okay. I'll be playing through the GTA series again. Eventually. Probably in the lead up to GTA 6. If I get through the rest of my backlog. I'm surprised I haven't heard more news about GTA 6 lately, honestly. It was supposedly scheduled to come out this year, but it's starting to... I don't know. I haven't heard any news from it, so I'm starting to feel like it's not going to be till next year now. Wouldn't be surprised if it does get delayed.
Thank you. Welcome. How may I help you?
People assume that game was being worked on for 10 years just because that's how long it's been. It's actually been way longer than that now. Since GTA 5, but that's not really... not entirely how game development works. Like, yeah, there's a chance right after GTA 5 they might have started sketching out some outlines, picking a location for the game and everything, but they most likely, you know, became very complacent and just kind of put the project on the back burner and didn't even really care about it for too long. Because they were raking in so much money from GTA 5 and GTA Online, so... you know. Yeah, there's a big chance they didn't really start actually putting in like real resources and time and development into that game until probably the last 5 years. But when people don't know any better about how, you know, game development, they just assume, oh, they've been working hard on it for 10 years, so it's gonna be awesome. It's like, no, I wouldn't really assume that. I think they probably started working on it, then saw how lucrative GTA 5 was, and they were like, well, let's slow down. This game's still making a lot of money right now. I better see what this person says. They're like, this game's still making a lot of money right now. We don't really need to pump out GTA 6, right? Let's hold off on a bit. Let's just leave that. Let's just shelf that for a second and just keep working on this game a little more and adding updates to it. Then when the profits finally start to dwindle a little bit, you know, or if people just get demanding too much, then we'll pick that project back up and we'll release a sequel on like the PS6. Or they might have, you know, when GTA 5 came out, it was PS3, so they might have said the PS5, and yeah, that is what it's gonna come out on. Not in those words, obviously. I'm just implying that they said we'll release it further in the future. There's no way they were actually plugging away, just constantly working on it day after day since 2013. Now, they would have finished it a long time ago if they had. They definitely shelved that shit and just focused on the profits of GTA 5 for a while before they, you know, actually started saying, okay, now let's make GTA 6. Then they actually started working on it. I bet that only barely happened like 5 years ago. Now the world map itself, they say that always takes the longest. I can believe that was probably worked on before that. They probably started building the map for once they picked the location, like further back than 5 years ago, but anything else other than that, I doubt it. I think it was probably just a map design they started earlier work on because they said that is by far the longest part, is creating the map. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. The dude says, there may be few, but there are some casts who follow the Goral faith. I think it's all rubbish. After all, photons are just photons. Oh, I see. So people on this planet, or wait, no, the Goral faith. The Goral refers to the entire like solar system that we're in. Okay. So apparently there's a faith. This must be what the Divine Maiden is for. Yeah, okay, it's connecting to... Yeah, because all the NPCs are basically talking about whatever the hell's going to happen in this chapter. Something to do with the Divine Maiden, then. So the religion or faith is basically about centered around the photons. Okay. Photons definitely play a key role in this story, then. The A photons and all that. That's obviously going to tie into this somehow. Oh, is he gonna do a free mission? Okay, now I'm putting it at 4 times speed. Alright, we can chill then for a bit. I can keep rambling about GTA, but I kind of finished everything I wanted to say about it anyway. Oh, by the way, like, the reason I say I know there's people who really just don't know how game development works and the fact that it can take years to make, you know, a AAA game. Like it's more work, time, and resources and money than it takes to make a AAA like Hollywood movie. The reason I know there's people out there who legitimately don't know that, because to some people it might seem so obvious. They're like, yeah, come on, who doesn't know that? No, there are people who really don't understand that you can't just make a video game overnight. And I'm thinking, the person I'm thinking of, I'm not going to out them, but the person I'm thinking of is a, you know, I'm not going to say super popular streamer, but they have thousands of viewers consistently, like around 1,000 plus viewers, right? And they're very well known in the community of the game that they play. And they said, oh, shit, I should have thought of, before saying all that, I should have thought about the fact that I might still out them anyway, just because I have to say some things to preface what I'm going to say that might reveal who I'm talking about. But I'm just going to say they said that, because this is regarding Final Fantasy, the franchise as a whole, okay, I'll just leave it at that. They played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which came out less than a year after Final Fantasy 16, okay? Less than a year. Like about, it was 9 to 10 months maybe, between FF16 and FF7 Rebirth. And this person said, oh, they were praising FF7 Rebirth for something it did with its quest design. They said, wow, they really did the quest really good in this game. They're like, I guess they learned from their mistakes with FF16. And I immediately stopped and went, this guy really thinks that they just created FF7 Rebirth like right after 16 and got it done in less than a year later and took the feedback. He said they took the feedback, they probably took the feedback from 16 and, you know, put it into FF7 Rebirth. And it's like, dude, less than a year out, like the voice lines for the quests for the entire game, but also the side quests, were already long recorded. They didn't change shit between 16 and this. And not only that, it's two different development teams. They weren't even the same development team. He didn't even know that. So yes, there are people who are like, it's not a bad thing. Like it's just, there are people who are insanely ignorant about how video game development works. Again, it's not a bad thing. Just, you know, everybody's interested in different things. You know, I'm ignorant about a lot of other like industries and fields. Like, it's rare you meet someone who's got their nose in everything, which is, I think it's really cool when you're a generalist and you know just a little bit about everything. I try to do that myself. But there are some people who literally only pay attention to like one thing or just a few things, you know? And so, but I will say it's kind of rare for someone to be, their career is built off of video games and yet they know so little about how the industry actually works. That is kind of, you know, like you would expect that level of ignorance from someone who doesn't make their career off video games. And yeah, the contrast was weird because right after I saw this person play through FF7 Rebirth, I went to watch another streamer play FF7 Rebirth who does know how the industry works because they did used to work in development. Like they're a streamer now, but they used to work as a video game developer, so they know how it actually works. And they corroborated everything I'm saying. I'm not talking out of my ass right now. Like I already knew all this stuff that I'm saying, but this guy pretty much corroborated it, having actual experience in game development, because he said pretty much a lot of the same things as me. He was like, yeah, games are really hard and take a long time to make, especially AAA games. Like, because he's had to tell his chat a few times, like, guys, it's not that easy. Like, and he's had to explain why it's not that easy to make changes to games and stuff like that. Certain games, certain types of changes are not easy. And yeah, he's had to tell people, like, guys, video game development is actually a very long, tedious process, even still today, especially the bigger, like, scale the game is, you know? Like, the closer it is to being a AAA title, the longer it takes. You can't just change things on a whim, like the fucking drop of a pin. Oh, I don't like this, let's just completely take it out and change it all over again. Like, no. So there are some things where if you want to change even something small, you gotta go, like, it could end up postponing the launch of the game by months. Again, it depends. Every project is different, but yeah, like it's not as easy as some people might think. So I just did kind of chuckle when that other guy was like, oh, they must have taken the feedback from FF16 and, you know, applied it to FF7 Rebirth. I was like, these... Because he was specifically talking about the voice actors, I think, for the NPCs. Something along those lines. And I was just like... But he mostly meant the overall quality of the quests. And I was like, dude, these quests were designed and the voice acting for the NPCs in the quests were completely done probably even before FF16 came out. Like... I was just like, that is... Oh shit. This chick actually says story relevant shit. Hold on. So it's just like, yeah, like that's not how that works, dude. Also, he didn't even realize that it was two different development teams anyway. So it's like, no, they didn't take feedback because they're not the same people who worked on FF16. It's a different team. So he even... Yeah, he even had that level of ignorance where he thinks it's just like, if it's from the same company, it's the same group of people making all the games, and they're just somehow pumping out one game a year. Or an average of one game a year or 2 years, you know? AAA games, I mean, it's like, that's not how that works. Like, FF16 was in development since the end of Heavensward in FF14. Think how long ago that was. That was, Heavensward dropped in FF15, so... Or sorry, in 2015. Not FF15, 2015. FF15 came out in right before Stormblood, I believe. Yeah. That is such a long time. Considering FF16 barely came out. Like, what, 1.5 years ago now? If that? No, it's been a full 2 years now, right? No, in May, it'll be 2 years. The fact that it was in development since... 2000, we're gonna say around the time Stormblood was probably launching, right? Maybe around then is when they started. So 2017? I'd say, yeah, 2017 and 18 was probably the earliest development stages of FF16, and it just barely came out 2 years ago. 2023. That should give you an idea how long it takes to make a AAA game. 6 years. Not all games, of course. All of them are built different, but still. It can take between 5 to 6 years. So, that's why I was like, yeah, I think Grand Theft Auto 6, if it is somehow going to come out this year or next year, they only barely started putting serious work into it like 5 to 6 years ago. Like 2019, 2020. And people assume they've been working on it for 10 years. It's like, no, they would have finished it a long time ago if they had. It's like, unless, you know, rumors came out that it got stuck in development hell because they were changing things, but that has not been, there have been no leaks or rumors that that's what's been going on at all. They literally were just cashing in on all the shark card sales from GTA 5. Well, from Grand Theft Auto Online, I should say. They're technically two separate games rolled into one. Lou says, I hear you were beaten by Tyler. She hears about everything that happens to us. Ethan says, yeah, I'm no match for him. Lou says, that's an uncharacteristically negative attitude. Ethan says, huh? Are you trying to make me feel better? Didn't sound like it. Lou says, don't be ridiculous. Oh, maybe he did. Maybe he caught her. What happened to Miss... Oh, emotions are useless, and now she actually cares about our emotional well-being. In a weird way, because that sounded like a very negative statement, but it might have been her way of trying to cheer him up and say, you'll get better, you know? Yeah, in a cold way, that might have been what she was trying to say. And then as soon as he calls her out on it, she's like, no. Again, in her own cold, robotic way, she was basically like, no, don't be stupid. Like, so maybe, yeah. She's becoming a friend. This chick says, Mr. Weber, hello. Forgot her name. There it is. Thank you, Ethan. Ethan reminded me. Ethan says, hello, Mina. Mina says, Hugo and Karen are waiting for you in the meeting room. Ethan says, thank you.
I've received instructions for your next assignment.
We're going to protect the maiden, right?
That is correct. It'll be our job to escort the maiden to her shuttle from the communion grounds on New Days. If I remember correctly, Hugo, you're a member of the Goral communion.
Yes, sir. I am honored to be able to help the Divine Maiden in whatever way I can.
Good. That's the right spirit.
New Days has its own defense force. What do they need us for?
The Communion has been receiving anonymous letters. The contents
Death
of
threats?
which hint of a possible assassination attempt on the maiden's life.
Called it.
Assassination?
She's getting death threats.
Our communion does not wish for any of this to be publicly known. That is the reason why they have hired us instead of using their own forces. We will be deploying a full force of 200 Guardians.
200? Are you serious?
But Headmaster, I don't understand. I thought we were going to be the Maiden's bodyguards.
Sorry, but your job is to man the parade route and keep an eye out for anyone suspicious.
LSS?
You can't win them all, buddy. You actually thought they'd give an important task like that to us.
All assignments are of equal importance, Mr. Weber. It is the spirit that you bring to each task that makes the difference.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Get
let's
scolded,
go.
fool.
I'll brief you once we're on site.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Get scolded, Ethan. Don't belittle your assignments. Nave says, go and renew your licenses at the counter. You'll receive permission to travel to New Days. Ethan says, won't you be going too, Headmaster? Nave says, this time I will not be accompanying you. Remember to keep a level head out there. Ethan says, yes, sir. Hugo says, yes, sir. Nave says, well then, dismissed. There we go.
You son of a...
I was like, is that a maid? The hat. Chick says, you fought Tyler? I'm glad you made it home safely. Tyler's a big shot, even to other rogues, isn't he? When you defeat Tyler, I'll make that into an article. Oh, is she a journalist? Tell me first, alright? Sure. Mina says, you need a departure permission for a voyage to New Days, correct? Wait just a moment, please. Alright, here you are. Your license is renewed and you're all set to go. Receive departure permission for planet New Days. Ethan says, thank you. Mina says, no problem. So, New Days. Ethan says, yeah. Mina says, good luck protecting the Divine Maiden. Are you nervous? Just making small talk with him. Ethan says, not really. Nice edit. Wonder why I make an edit there though. Maybe they took a break, they went AFK. I can't imagine they quit playing there and then came back to that exact moment just to start the recording again. A weird spot to stop if they did that. They probably went AFK. Ethan says, but Hugo might explode if he doesn't calm down. He's simping for the Divine Maiden. Mina says, heh. Ethan says, see ya. Mina says, may the holy light guide you. So the holy light must be referring to photons. It's all starting to make sense. We're building the lore. Lou says, simply learning that there are others better than oneself is an important step to self-advancement. Ethan says, that's a big help. Well, he thinks to himself. True though. Once you're humble enough to recognize you ain't, you know, you ain't all that much of a badass, and there's always someone out there better than you. Or even if you're not comparing yourself to others, which you really shouldn't. But it depends, because obviously when it comes to, you know, fighting, obviously that always involves another person or something that's trying to do you harm, right? So when it comes to combat, martial arts, and stuff like this, obviously there is always someone else involved. But yeah, just the general idea is that you're just supposed to be humble, so to speak. And once you have that humility of knowing that someone else out there could always be better than you, and there might almost 100% be someone out there better than you, it gets you to not become complacent. That's really the thing that they're getting at there. If you think you're the best, you're more likely to become complacent and stop trying to improve yourself, and which then you'll plateau and stagger, and then somebody else will come along that will surpass you because you're sitting on your ass, essentially. So that's kind of what they're getting at. 7, yeah. Ethan says, Lumia, I'm finally going to New Days. She's gonna want to go or be jealous because another edit. Lumia says, wow, that's great. Bring me back a souvenir. Close enough. She's excited. Ethan says, is that all you think about? Material items? Oh, calling her shallow. Ethan, are you still not ready? Who's that? Karen. Lumia says, Ethan, who is that? Is that your girlfriend? Oh shit! I didn't expect Lumia to just... What? Ah! Ethan says, no way, you dork. This is my instructor, Karen Era. Lumia is basically... she's a shipper. She's already shipping them just because they're associated. And she's just a woman and he's a guy. So she's just like, oh, they must be together. A shipper. Yes. Obviously this happens with like individuals of same sex now too. But like all it takes is them to look at each other. Again, whether it's 2 guys, 2 girls, or anything in between or outside of that realm. They look at each other on screen on the same frame, and you will have people in the Twitch chat just going, I shipped them. They're together. They're a couple. And just like, what? They just looked at each other. What the fuck? Like, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's probably better that way, okay? But I've seen enough like Twitch chats when watching certain video games and stuff that I'm just like, oh my god, dude, people will just ship anyone that they want. Like, people will just immediately start going into their own fantasies in their head as soon as they see 2 characters that they like be together in the same frame and just vaguely looking at each other or just say hi to each other. Immediately people are like, they're gonna be a thing. They're together. They just come up with these headcanons instantly, and then they just they don't get past it. It's like after that it has to come true, or they get visibly upset if it doesn't happen. If you guys don't know how serious I'm being about this, by the way, I actually got even knowing this, I still got taken aback when they announced the Final Fantasy VI crossover with Ever Crisis, the mobile game for FF7, and there was legitimately a giant Twitter war, a giant war on Twitter when they made this announcement on the Twitter page for that game, because people were insanely upset that Tifa got Sabin's, or however you pronounce his name, outfit, and Aerith got Terra's outfit from FF6, respectively, both of them. Because in their mind, it made it seem like, oh, well, since Terra seems to be like the most main character of FF6, that means Aerith is the main character of FF7 because she's getting her outfit, and Tifa's getting Sabin's outfit, and Sabin is not as much of a main character. FF6 is an ensemble piece. Like, it's literally, there is no singular main character. It's about the entire cast. But, you know, people will just grab onto anything. And there was a humongous flame war between people over that. And you see that exact thing when it comes to shipping. Like, because this is where I was really going with that. The people who are like, it's Cloud and Aerith versus the people who are like, Cloud and Tifa are the ones who go together. Like, all you gotta do is watch streams of like FF7 Rebirth, since it has the gold saucer date scene, and see how upset some people can be if you start picking one or the other. Oh, they're going for Aerith, F, this guy, you know, this sucks. Like, some people will just be playful about it, but there are people who legit get upset about that shit. Like, actually visibly angry and upset with that shit. Like, this is why it's actually a bit of an issue, the shipping mentality. And that's what we're seeing a little bit of right now with Lumia. Because people... It's like, at first it seems like they're just trying to predict what's going to happen, but it becomes more than that. It gets a life of its own, where it's not a prediction anymore. It's, they better make this happen, or I'm just going to hate and dislike this game, or whoever's playing this game, because they're playing it, because they're not doing what I want them to do, and that they're playing it the wrong way because I said so. And like, people will legitimately get like violent about it. It's disturbing. Like, it's actually disturbing to see. I don't want to say they go as far as death threats, but I wouldn't be surprised if some people get death threats over, because I've seen people do that over like those decision type games like Heavy Rain or Detroit Become Human. Games like that, Mass Effect. In fact, yeah, not too long ago I actually heard about this. I saw people having legit discussions about how somebody's reputation got completely ruined just because they didn't make decisions that made someone happy when they were streaming Mass Effect for the first time ever. It's like there was a huge portion of the fan base who was like, why the fuck did they not do that? Why did they kill off this person? How are they that dumb? Why'd they make that choice and get this person killed, like one of their favorite characters? And the person legit, like almost 10 years later, still gets hounded by that. They're not even a streamer anymore. They used to stream, and that's when they did this. And they still like have that reputation and get hounded for it. Like, I was like, Jesus Christ, people need to calm the fuck down about video games, dude. Like, I can't believe, like, what are you fucking... Like, yeah, it's crazy, dude. Whether it's shippers, like what Lumia is doing right now is kind of hinting at that. Whether it's shippers or people who will watch somebody play one of those kinds of games where you know, you kind of build your own story and certain characters can die or not die based on your choices. There are some seriously fucked up people out there who will just, like, if you don't play their favorite game the way they want you to, they will literally send death threats to you. And it's just out of fucking control. It is insane what their priorities are in life. That's just, it bothers the hell out of me. Like, it should bother the hell out of anybody with a normal, you know, rational mind. It's just so out of touch with reality, honestly. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievably out of touch. Like, that is like borderline mental health. You need to be seeking professional help if you feel and think that way. Like, that's just crazy. Anyway, I didn't mean to ramble that much, but I just had to get the point across. It's just the whole Lumia going, wait, are you two together? Just because, you know, hot chick talks to Ethan, seems to know him. Oh, they must be together, maybe. It's like, what? And then that led to all that. So I didn't mean to ramble that much, but, you know, whatever. Lumia says, Ethan, who's that? Is that your girlfriend? And Ethan says, no way, you dork. This is my instructor, Karen Era. Lumia says, really? Your instructor? Cool. Pleased to meet you, Miss Era. Thank you for looking after Ethan. Karen says, it's nice to meet you too. Lumia says, Ethan says, what's up, Lumia? Yeah, why are you looking at her intently like that? Lumia says, it's just that... Karen, has anyone ever told you that you look exactly like the Divine Maiden? What did I just say? I remember that much of the plot. I know they look extremely similar on purpose. There is a reason for it. Yeah, I do remember this much of the plot. Like, not every detail, but I do remember this, so. Lumia's pointing it out to let the player know that there is a point to that, to why they do look similar. Lumia says, I'm such a big fan! Karen? Oh, she's... okay. Getting sick or something? Like, she looks like she's getting dizzy. Karen says, oh, I'm sorry, you'll have to excuse me. It was nice to meet you, Lumia. What the hell happened? Oh, damn, she took off. Lumia says, sure thing. Ethan says, hey, Karen. Lumia says, did I say something to upset her? Yeah, but I don't think it was your fault. I think you triggered something that even she didn't expect. Excuse me. Ethan says, don't worry about it. She probably just had to go to the bathroom or something. That's what he assumes? She was just like, oh shit, I just remembered I ate Taco Bell earlier. Hold on, guys, I gotta go blow up the fucking bathroom. Lumia says, was it... So fucking gross. I haven't had a chance to play that in a long time, though. I wanted to hit that button for a while. Lumia says, was it something I said? Can't even get it out. I can't even get it out. Alright, so Karen's done blowing up the bathroom like we just heard from way over here. Got that Taco Bell out. That's Ethan's headcanon. She went to go take a massive shit or something. Oh shit, what did I... There we go. Ethan says, Karen, are you alright? You left so quickly. Sorry. Yeah, like Karen says, sorry. I just had a disturbing thought. Ethan says, Karen, just ignore my sister. She's got the maiden on her brain all the time. Nice rhymes, dude. She's got the maiden on her brain all the time. Not exactly a rhyme, but it was pretty close. Karen says, thanks. She's distant, but it's not that. It's just that whenever I see the divine maiden, I get this really uneasy feeling. Well, it seems to you get that when you think about her too, apparently. Because Lumia just brought her up and you were like, ugh. It's just like,
I got poison!
Ethan says, that's weird. Karen says, actually, even on new days. I like that I just realized the name of the planet is literally like combining the two words new and days. Like, new days. Like, it's like being hopeful for the future. New days are to come or something like that. Ethan says, huh? What about new days? Tomorrow's Sunday. What about it? Karen says nothing. Never mind. Come on now. Go get ready. Karen says nothing. Never mind. Come on now. Go get ready.
Bruh. Look at this dude.
Let me see what it looked like. Hold on. We didn't get a... Okay, so Perum's the one on the right. It's got the rings. It's, you know, it's got kind of a... It's the one that looks closest to Earth. New Days looks like Earth, but more green, basically. And then Motube is the one over there that looks like they were going for a hybrid between Saturn and Jupiter, color-wise. It's basically just a mostly desert planet, like those ones, in real life. So, that makes sense. And New Days is very, very green. Man, I've been hella chatty and rambly today. Holy shit. I do apologize because some of it has not even been related to the fucking game. It's just been sidetracked. I've just been getting sidetracked with random thoughts at times. I don't know what it is. Some days, you know, just feel like talking, like yapping. What's blood yapping about? Ethan says, wow, so this is New Days. See? Very like, it's like a futuristic sci-fi Far Eastern culture. Ethan says, this is nothing like the G colony of Perum. The Guardians colony. Hugo says, Ethan, have you just arrived? Ethan says, yeah, isn't this place amazing? Hugo says, on New Days, you can clearly see the influence of the Newman culture. Ah, so Newmans are meant to represent the Far East, basically. Okay. It's kind of like how the Ara, basically. Ari is the plural term for it, so it's kind of like how the Ari, yeah, both, I think. Both the Ryan and the Zayla Ari people in FF14 are basically representative of the Far East in that game's universe. That game's universe, yeah. Here it's Newman's. Interesting. Ethan says, what is that mountain? Oh, that's Mount Otoku. It has been widely adopted as the symbol of the Communion of Garal. That's basically a stand-in for Mount Fuji in Japan. This place is basically just Japan. Just like Kugane is basically Japan for FF14, here it's New Days. The water from this lake, by some strange force, rushes up the mountain. So all the water here is heading that way, towards the mountain, and then goes up it. Ethan says, that mountain is made of water?
Surprise, motherfucker.
The headquarters of the Garal faith rests atop the summit of Mount Otoku. The Divine Maiden and Representative Rutsu, Chief of the Holy Light, reside there. Ethan says, wow. Karen says, that's enough sightseeing. You two haven't forgotten what we're doing here, have you? Yes, ma'am. Ethan says protecting the Divine Maiden during the parade, of course. Karen says that is correct. There's a high probability that the assassin is already here somewhere. Until the parade starts, we should patrol this area and look for anyone suspicious. Ethan says, understood. I had to say that in Josh's voice from Resident Evil 5. Ethan says, hey, Hugo, doesn't that guy look kind of shady? That guy looks sus. I just saw him come out of an air vent, man. He just vented. He's hella sus. Hugo says, yes, he does. I was just thinking the same thing. This is called racial profiling. In this case, not racial, but probably just because... Well, it's not the clothing either. He blends in. I think it's just literally because he's looking around. Ethan says, great, let's approach him slowly. Uh-oh. Too late. He's roaching out. He's like... Ethan says, damn, he must have seen us. Hugo says, I'll go to the other side. Ethan said, or sorry, Karen calls and says the Maiden's boat will be passing by any second. Holy shit, the mission already started, basically. Ethan says, great. Hugo, let's split up. I'm gonna go find that guy. Hugo says, roger. I didn't think the mission started immediately as soon as we arrived. Holy fuck. The parade's already going, yeah. Here we go.
Ethan, any luck?
Shh. Over there.
Huh?
Oh no!
Hey, Ethan! Karen, Ethan's found the target and is in pursuit.
Understood. I'm on my way.
They were right, he's shady as fuck. Oh shit.
Stop!
Son of a bitch!
What the fuck?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Ethan!
Oh no, Ethan!
Did he just blow up?
The wound's deep.
No shit, the guy just self-destructed right on Ethan. Like, the wound is deep, he just blew up on him.
You're Newman, right? Can't you heal him with a technique?
I can't use techniques.
That's right.
Excuse
He wasn't there
me,
for that
but
conversation.
Maiden.
Oh no, he's hurt.
Again.
I must tend to him.
You've met him before. She probably doesn't recognize him yet. Also, why was that explosion silent? I'm the one who added the, you know, but like, it just kind of, and then he went flying. Ah, there was no actual explosion sound. What the fuck? And then he just...
Are you feeling better now?
Maiden.
We have to stop meeting like this.
Seriously.
Well, that's twice you've healed me.
But this time you saved my life too. Thank you.
Maiden, it's too dangerous here. We must leave.
Yes. Well,
The skateboarding
I hope
incident.
We meet again.
Or hoverboarding incident, I should say.
Ethan.
Huh?
You actually know her?
Well, it's complicated, but yeah.
You better have the best intentions.
Now he's humble bragging, all right? Ethan's like, yeah, I'm Mr. Cool Guy. I know the Divine Maiden. We're homies. We talk, we chill, and late at night sometimes we're like, yo, what's up? How's it going? I'm just, you know, doing good. How are you? Good to hear. Good to hear. You know, we just chill and talk on the phone late into the night once in a while. It's no big deal, you know. Ain't no thing. Meanwhile, Hugo's like, oh hell no.
Ethan.
Huh?
You actually know her?
Well, it's complicated, but yeah.
You better have the best intentions, or you'll regret it.
You son of
Why,
a...
Hugo, I believe you're jealous.
Yeah.
Do Don't be ridiculous.
Ethan.
Holy shit!
I've heard of lying down on the job, but...
Karen?
Wait, what does he say?
I've heard of lying down on the job, but...
Karen? Karen, is that you?
What the hell?
Yes, it is you!
New waifu!
Karen!
Surprise, motherfucker!
When did you get back? And why didn't you even tell me? Your sister!
Sister? Ah, you couldn't tell from looking.
Definitely gotta be adopted.
Pretty, though.
You can at least...
Thank you. Ethan's like, she is pretty though. Like, yo, we finally got another waifu to hit on and mac on.
Oh.
Ah, you couldn't tell from looking.
She's pretty, though.
You can at least call.
You're always so secretive. And you better not say no to
Didn't
dinner.
have time. I'm here on business.
All work and no play makes Karen a dull girl.
I've never seen Karen act like that.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
She's definitely letting her guard down a bit there. She's acting so playful and cheery, and we're used to seeing her be all business and professional. I think the only time we saw Karen sort of lighten up like that a little was when Ethan was comforting her at the end of the last mission on the train, right before Makashi showed up. Other than that, yeah, we've never seen her act like this at all.
You guys work with Karen, right?
Yeah.
What do you say we all go to my place?
You don't have to twist my arm.
It would be my pleasure.
They're both like, sure. Two of us dudes going, you know, back to some hot chick's place with two of them, with two hot chicks. Why would we say no? You don't have to twist my arm. Would be my pleasure. Literally. Ethan says, you two don't look anything alike, do you? What? Did they say her name? Shit, if they said it, I must have missed it because I was busy laughing and saying stupid shit like always. Anyway, I don't remember if they said her name yet or not, but she says, you're right, genius. We are related by blood.
You suck!
Karen says, when I was a child, I was found in Mizuraki Forest, all alone. Why were you... Karen says, I don't know. I was running away from something or someone with my mother. But my mother... Again, if she said her name, I must have missed it. She says, this is the new chick. Was gonna say that. Karen's sister says, let's change the subject, shall we? This is a difficult subject for Karen. Well, yeah. Childhood trauma, essentially. Ethan says, oh, right. I'm terribly sorry. Karen says, no, don't worry about it. I'm okay. Hugo says, so, weren't we going to Maya's house? That's her name, Maya. Yeah, they did say it, but I completely did not transfer it to memory. Maya. Were we going to Maya's house? We're going back to her place with all four of us, you know? Why are we at the Guardians Otoku City branch? Maya says, oh, that's right. I forgot to tell you. The truth of the matter is, I'm a member of the Guardians too.
What?
Oh, hell yeah.
What the fuck?
A new hot waifu chick that also knows how to fight. And she just casually stretched in front of us too. Fan service the game over here. I'm renting this room as a place to do research. It's a bit messy inside. Just ignore the smell. Smell.
So, you say you're a scientist, huh?
Yeah,
the glasses.
in Guardians Research and Development. But it gets so boring sitting in a lab all day. I'm so jealous of Karen.
Oh, I wish I was smart like Karen and exciting like Karen.
Oh, come on, don't make fun. I'm being serious. All my colleagues say my inventions are off the wall. Oh, that
Oh my
reminds
God.
me. I'm developing a new kind of army ration. You gotta try it.
2000's voice acting, dude. I was holding it in, but like, I kind of cringed a little there. Because you could tell that they like, it was basically a separate take from the rest of the conversation. So rather than her just incorporating the laughter into the lines, they made her stop the voice recording and then do just a separate voice recording of just a laugh by itself. And they stopped it, then record the very next line. Like, you could totally tell. It was so artificial and stuffy. And some of it, by the way, most of the time, this isn't actually just the voice actor or voice actress's fault. Most people always like to blame the voice actors and voice. Sometimes it's the voice director. It's the people directing them who make the decisions of how they're going to record their lines and telling them how to act. It's not always just the actor. Because I know a lot of people shit on the actors a lot. I want to make that point clear. I'm not necessarily saying she's a bad voice actress. It's just the way they chose to record that shit. Like, listen. Okay.
Like Karen.
Oh, come on. Don't make fun. I'm being serious. All my colleagues say my inventions are off the wall.
that little, it was little. It's, you know, it's subtle, but that pause right there between that and her laughing is so obvious, the audio cutting, because it goes to a separate sound file. It just goes to another sound file of her just laughing completely separate from the conversation. Like, it's just a generic laugh that they made the voice actress do that they then inserted right there. It's just...
Oh, that reminds me. I'm
Do you know what I mean? Like... Oh my god, that's fucking nuts.
developing a new kind of army ration. You gotta try it.
Video games have come a long way, man.
Karen, you first.
You know, I'm sure it tastes great.
Oh, I see. All right then, you two. Don't be afraid, eat up.
Is it chocolate?
Cool, I'm
Army
starving.
rations?
Is this really food?
Of course. I was given the task of creating...
Yes, the camera is exactly where it's intended to be. Fan service the game strikes again.
a new ration that would last 100 years.
Her full head wasn't even in the frame. They just weren't even trying to be subtle. They're just like, yeah, we don't want you looking at her face. We want you looking right here in the valley.
Yeah, the problem is all the races have different taste buds. It's hard to please everyone.
That explains what's happening to them.
Try it, so I got poison. Very truthful. Okay. Well, how is it?
Great.
Really? What a relief! I made all kinds of different flavors. Here.
Bruh.
Yes?
Karen, it's an emergency.
Yes, what's wrong?
The Maiden's shuttle has crashed in the Mizuraki district.
What was that?
The area already shows signs of seed contamination and altered wildlife. Go in and get her out of there.
Yes, sir.
Now the real mission begins.
There's been an accident. The Maiden's shuttle crashed.
Crashed?
Yes, we need to leave now.
Is the Maiden all right?
They don't know, but that's what we're going to find out.
What are we standing around here for?
I'll go too. No, it's too dangerous.
You'll have to take a shuttle, and it'll be a while before you can take off. But if I call in a few favors, I can get us out of here in no time.
Okay, fine. Then come along.
Karen!
Oh, don't worry about me. You're not the only ones who have gone through Guardian combat training.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure combat training, like in the military in real life, it's basic training is for everyone, no matter what kind of position you're gonna have. Even if you're just gonna be like some military scientist or engineer that stays like in headquarters or something, you know, doing things over the radio, they still give you basic combat training. You still get a pistol, I'm pretty sure, because, you know, it's not like the enemy's just gonna stop at the front line. Like, the enemy might decide to keep going and actually invade whatever headquarters you got set up, and at that point, you're in danger too. Just because you're not on the front lines doesn't mean you're safe, so you have to know how to fight no matter what. So I would assume that she would know combat training as well. But I think Ethan and Hugo didn't realize that, just because she was a scientist. Maya says, well then, I'll run through the formal procedures. The rest of you get ready and meet up at the flyer base. Oh, I forgot to comment on this because so much shit happened. Again, the cutscenes move a mile a minute. They went right into the food thing, and then she's like, oh, the races have different taste buds. It's so hard to get the right flavor. And they're like this tastes nasty, you know? So much shit happened. I forgot to comment. I liked seeing how Karen acted with her there too, because there we actually got to, you know, we got another taste of what we saw outside when they were like all happy to see each other and stuff again. It's a very different side of Karen. That's really nice to see. The way she was teasing Maya there. So, forgot to comment on that earlier, but yeah. Maya says, the rest of you get ready and meet up at the flyer base. Ethan says, understood. The mission Rescue the Maiden is now available. From the Otoku City flyer base. Karen, Hyuga, and Maya are required to carry out this mission. Maya says, oh right, let's exchange partner cards. I got 2 phones, one for the plug and one for the load. Received Maya Shido's... Oh, that's her last name? Maya Shido's partner card. Nice. So you just transfer partner cards basically through the communication device in your ear. Interesting. Maya says, well then, you are dismissed. Yes, ma'am. I almost thought she was gonna say, I always wanted to do that. Like, I always wanted to do like a mildly suggestive pose in front of 3 different people. That wasn't just my sister. Instead, she said, I always wanted to say that, but for some reason had to do that weird suggestive pose real quick. First. She had to be flirty, we'll call it that. She had to do that like weird semi-flirty pose first before saying, I always wanted to say that. He feels like a real commander now. Move out, people. Karen says, I'm getting worried. Ethan says, I'm sure it will be alright. I think that was just Karen's way of saying, we gotta hurry the fuck up. We ain't got time for this shit. Oh, he's gotta kick Liu Kang Knave out of the party and then add Maya. Okay, the Lu twin says, you made quite a display. Ethan says, you saw that? He says, it is foolish to place your life in such dangerous situations. When you don't have interchangeable parts. Which also, if they're actually going to bring up interchangeable parts as being, you know, an actual realistic thing casts can do to repair themselves, how are they then going to explain how aging affects them? It shouldn't. Like, we have contradicting lore here. They have interchangeable parts, so theoretically they should never age. They can always just swap out their parts. It's not like their skin's gonna get wrinkly, right? And yet, they also, in the lore, established earlier that when they neared the age of 200, they get blue screen of death, essentially. They can just blue screen of death out of nowhere. And we saw it happen to Nave in a cutscene. It's like, bruh. You guys need to get your lore straight and make it actually make sense here.
Look at this dude.
Ethan says, you wouldn't understand. That wasn't for what Ethan said, but what I was just saying, how that doesn't make any fucking sense. Be consistent with your lore, Sonic team. Karen says, is Maya going to be alright? Ethan says, she'll be fine. I'll be watching her back. Karen says, that's why I'm worried. Oh! Ethan says, hey, what do you mean by that? You bastard! Well, anyway, we've got to get to the Divine Maiden as soon as possible. Karen says, yes, we do. This is the first time we actually have control of Ethan at all since we got here. It was literally just back-to-back cutscenes since we first arrived here. And New Days. We haven't even been able to check out the town or the shops or anything. This chick says, welcome to the Otoku City branch of the Guardians, protecting the future of the Goral system. I am Reina. Ethan says, nice to meet you. I'm Ethan Weber. Reina says, Weber, what a great name. Ethan says, Reina, what kind of person is Maya? Reina says, Maya is a very kind person. I got that much. But sometimes she gives me these snacks. Snacks? Oh! Ethan says, she gave me some of those things too. Reina says, a little while ago, Maya requested shuttle clearance. So she was saying, like, sometimes you give me these snacks that's like, eesh, pass, you know? Ethan says, ah, she's accompanying us. Reina says, to rescue the maiden, right? Good luck. I pray that the holy light protects you. Oh, thanks, Reina. So we got Mina, Reina. I forgot the one on the cast planet, Parum. the recently born android. You're Ethan Weber, right? Ethan says yes. This guy says, you don't know me? When you were little, you lived in the same neighborhood as my wife, Arsh Milzu. Ethan says, oh. He says, I'm the administrative director of the Otoku City branch, Kitov Milzu. Nice to meet you, Ethan. Ethan says, it's nice to meet you too, sir. Okay. This place is so nice and peaceful. Ever since I first played this game way back then, this was definitely my favorite place of the, the 3 planets and the colony. Between all 4 of those places, this is definitely my favorite planet or location, I guess. I was gonna say 4 planets, but the Guardians colony isn't a planet, right? So. You know what's interesting? We didn't actually get a full cutscene of them arriving at the planet and flying along like we did for Perum. It just played the generic cutscene for flying from the Guardians colony to somewhere else, and then we just were here. We didn't get like that little tour we got on Perum, that small like audio tour while he was in the plane, talking about New Days, where they showed us like the ruins on Perum or whatever. I meant Perum, not New Days. They didn't do that for this planet. We just kind of came straight here. I guess they didn't have the budget to render the mountain over there made of water in like CGI along with the rest of the planet, maybe, or like a big expansive area of the planet like that. Yomei shop. I think this is like the GRM shop. This is this planet's brand. Welcome to the Yomei shop. We carry a variety of weapons. And if you're looking for technique-based armaments, then you've definitely come to the right place. Of course, we also have other finely crafted New Days weapons you shouldn't miss. You won't find any of these beauties anywhere else. Maya's here. You have to get rid of Nave first. Maya says, it's been so long since I've seen real fighting. I hope I haven't forgotten how. Ethan says, really? Maya says, watch my back. Okay, Ethan? I mean, I would. Why would I ever stop watching her back? You know what I mean? Ethan says, okay. And he says, now I'm worried. Because you're taking it seriously. She might be being serious about that. She might also just be trying to fool you a little bit. Making herself vulnerable to you to be like casually flirty, you know? And she probably knows perfectly well how to actually take care of herself. It could be her way of like mildly flirting, like saying, I need you to protect me, Ethan. You know? Could be. But, I don't know. Some chicks do that. Maya Shido, Newman, female, force. Let me know if, what? You need help with your equipment. Oh, so she specializes, because she's a scientist, they're implying that she specializes in being good with,
Welcome.
gear.
What can I help you?
Too bad that doesn't actually mean anything gameplay-wise. Like, you can't, it's not like she can enhance your crafting in any kind of way, you know? So it's just kind of a lore thing for her to say that. Gameplay-wise, she can't really do anything for your gear. It's just...
Please come again.
We got shopping.
Can I get you anything today? Thank you for your business. Welcome.
Thank you for your business. Weapon upgrades.
Want something?
Yeah, I like those fans back there. Oh, the fans I think are wands. The Batnara there on the item list. Or the weapon list that we saw.
Thanks.
So they're for forces. Those discs over there are probably barriers, shields. I'm guessing.
Welcome, welcome. Can I help you? Please come again.
Greetings. What can I help you with? Oh, thank you. Greetings. What can I help you with? Oh, thank you.
Here we go. Rescue the maiden. Mizuraki CD. Karen, Hyuga, and Maya's participation are required to carry out this mission. Party 4 of 4. Get on with it.
Son of a bitch.
Mizuraki Conservation District. What was the last part? Block A1. Here we go. Ethan says, Maya, why aren't we going directly to the crash site? Maya says there are these flying creatures called Gogs all over the Mizuraki CD. Even before the seed, they were extremely dangerous creatures. If they were to attack us, we wouldn't stand a chance here in this limousine shuttle. I see. So we had to land further out. Karen says this is a very dangerous area. But then why did the maiden come through such a dangerous area? Maybe her shuttle driver might have been in on it, perhaps? It was a trap? Maya says, yeah, it's a place you'd usually try to avoid. Yuga says someone may have tampered with the shuttle's controls. Ah, that's another plausible theory, yeah. Somebody has been after her. So that Newman that blew up on Ethan was obviously... We never did talk about this, you know, the assassination attempt. But yeah, that guy, that was not a Newman. It was a cyborg pretending to be a Newman. Clearly it was a... I guess a cast, maybe? Disguised as a Newman? But then just self-destructed on Ethan. Ethan says, hey, Hyuga. I like how, you know, his face had peeled off halfway and it looked like a Terminator. It was interesting to see that. Ethan says, hey, Hyuga. Hyuga says, what is it? Ethan says, Karen's been acting kind of strange, hasn't she? Hugo says, I was noticing the same thing. There must be something bothering her. Ethan says, in any case, will you keep an eye out for her? Hugo says, yes, good idea. The running animation doesn't update right away when you switch to that. Oh yeah, I like the new style of the new blade he crafted. It's got a machete style. The blade shape. Yeah, I like how there's more like basically weapon designs even for basic weapons in this game. They actually change shape rather than just changing color, you know? Like the one that Tyler used, for example. It could be as simple as a hilt. The hilt is different, you know? Or the blade shape itself can be different, and then different colors, and it's neat. Again, it really does feel like a... Did I just see what I think I did? That was jiggle physics, wasn't it? Or am I hallucinating that shit with Maya? It was very subtle, but like as soon as she stopped running... Oh, that was definitely jiggle. There's no way they actually did that. Yeah. Okay, it's subtle enough that... Yep, there it is. I had to go frame by frame just to see it, but yeah. Yep, she's got jiggle physics. She's bouncing. She's bouncing as she's running.
Look at this dude.
Yeah. I had to check. It was for science, alright? I rewound for science.
Holy shit! You suck!
For science. Maya says, everyone scatter! Maya's generic damage sound. Ah! She sounded a little like Ada from kind of from Resident Evil 2 when she would take damage. It was the same sort of like, oh no, I got hit, kind of. Wheatgrass over here growing in front of the goddamn terminal. So there, patch 7.2 for FF14 is happening in like a couple days. Today's Saturday, so it's gonna start Monday morning at 3 a.m. So pretty much tomorrow night, because tomorrow's Sunday. And one of the graphical upgrades pictures that they showed when they were saying that they were gonna increase the resolution and polygon count and all this stuff on the vegetation in certain areas. The picture reminds me of this area right here. Like the before. The before is literally like this right here. I'm like, that's a PS3 game, and yet the graphics are the old graphics. Again, it's the before that I'm talking about here. The old graphics that they're barely updating now are comparable to this game's. Like, because it's a PS3 era MMO, and MMOs tend to always have graphics of like the previous generation because they have to use so much more data on other things instead of just the graphics. And graphical upgrades or having like the latest graphics can just make the game really big file size. And also it's a lot of money to do that. Like it's a lot of the budget has to go to that. And so since that's not an MMO's priority, they tend to sacrifice graphical and quality and visual fidelity basically for you know, for the gameplay elements, the stuff that actually matters basically. Jesus. What the hell happened there? Why did they get knocked out? I guess if you take a hard enough hit, you can just, even if you don't go rolling away, you still just fall to the ground. You just collapse. And that happened to both of them. So yeah, to me it always made sense when I first saw FF14 like in 2013 when Realm Reborn came out. It didn't surprise me the graphics were comparable to a PS2 game. It's jarring now, which is why I reacted that way. It's jarring now to realize, oh right, the graphics are still borderline PS2 on FF14 until now that they're upgrading them. But like to be reminded of that by seeing this game right after seeing an image of the before the graphics upgrade basically earlier today when I saw the patch notes for FF14, I was like, damn. Yeah, this graphics update was sorely needed for sure. But it should not have come at a cost for content. If that's even why there's such little content coming out for that game. If that is where a lot of the budget is going, it's definitely a big mistake. The graphics upgrade should... like, it should happen, but it could happen slower and no one would care. Like, it probably should have happened slower if it meant they could have added more content to these last two expansions, Endwalker and Dawn Trail. Although I've also heard that... I recently heard that apparently FF14's development crew... I'm actually getting flashbacks that I might have actually heard this before too. But I think the development team for that game partially helped with porting... not porting, but like... yeah, it is a port. They helped with porting a game from a completely different company called Phantasy Neo Dimension, I believe. Made by the creator of the Final Fantasy series, but he has his own company. So made by him and his company for mobile games, or for mobile devices like, you know, mobile phone, tablet, or whatever, originally, years ago. They ported it to console and PC recently and released it. But they did it... he did it with Square Enix's help, and Yoshi P offered his team to help him with that. So it was a port, so it's not like they developed the game from scratch. But still, it shows that some of their resources were obviously diverted to that as well, just like for FF16. Even though for FF16 it was obviously way more. Like FF16 was obviously more involved than just porting a simple mobile game to console and PC. Although I don't think it was that simple of a port. It's not a full-on remaster, I think. It could be. But I think they also added voice acting. So it was kind of involved. It did take a little bit of effort. It wasn't just a simple, straightforward port of Phantasy, I mean. But it still was nowhere near as much work as FF16, so... So yeah, the FF14 development team has just been really sidetracked a lot recently. Even if not all of them, but definitely chunks of that development team have been diverted several times in the past several years. Whether to FF16 or Phantasy. And then, like I said, the priority on the graphics upgrade. All of this comes together to paint a picture of, you know, why FF14 is in the state that it's in right now and hemorrhaging players. Nosediving in player count. For sure. I think just like a day or two ago, they confirmed in like some census data that the active player base is back down to like what it was during Stormblood before Shadowbringers came out. Which is kind of a big deal since Shadowbringers was like the game that finally put the expansion that finally put FF14 on the map and made its player base explode, not just because of its own merit. It also coincided during Shadowbringers' patches. It coincided that COVID and the WoW exodus happened as well, and that was also a big contributor to that. But either way, all of those players are now gone, basically. They're back to how they were before any of that happened. It's pretty bad. Honestly, I was like, Jesus. But they're perfectly confident and content with the state of the game from the looks of things in recent, like, interviews and producer live letters, so I think that really is the business model. They're okay with FF14, they never intended for it to be like a big time MMO. They just kind of wanted it to always be this mediocre, come play it whenever you have free time, basically, type of game. Like, they're content with it being being steeped in mediocrity, being a mediocre game, a mediocre MMO. That's just their prerogative, I'm guessing. I mean, it's either that or they're confident that they've got some really kick-ass expansion around the corner coming up, like 8.0 is going to be this badass thing that's just going to bring everyone back. I don't know. It's one or the other. But my money says they're just confident with the way the game is now. Like, they were expecting it to shrink back down, so they're okay with it. They're okay with letting it shrink back down instead of actually fighting for keeping the player numbers up by creating good quality content at a reasonable rate. But hey, I mean, to each their own if that's what they want to do. And the reason I say that is because of the fact that even with the player count dwindling so much, they're still saying go play other games. So it's like, oh, okay, I guess they are happy with a bunch of people leaving. So yeah, it's either, they'll come back, or we don't mind if they're gone. We don't want the game to be that big. So one or the other. Either way, they're confident in it, and that business model that they're doing. So it is what it is. But hey, at least the game will look pretty by the time 8.0 finishes, or by the time 8.0 launches, when the graphics upgrade is like mostly done at that point. So at least it'll look pretty. It won't look like this anymore. Yeah, I'm seeing the look at these the bushes right there. That looks like that bush literally looks like it's an FF14. This right here, look at this shit. It literally looks like that is exactly like almost the same exact resolution and polygon count as bushes you can find in FF14. Not anymore after Tuesday, but if you log in right now and you go to certain areas, it looks just like this, man. The areas that are having their vegetation improved, so like there's higher polygon count, higher texture resolution and all that, they said were mostly 3.0 to 6.0 areas, so Heaven's Word to Endwalker. And some areas for cities, I believe. City upgrades and stuff are happening for between Realm Reborn and Endwalker, so 2.0 to 6.0. Where they're increasing the resolution and texture and polygon count for certain areas and stuff like that. They're also yet again updating the character models a little bit more based on player feedback, so another free Phantasy. I don't think anybody really cares anymore, but yeah. And every time, and they don't say exactly what they're changing. They said they're making improvements to shadows, but in terms of actually changing things on the character model, they don't. I didn't really see them say exactly what. They just linked a post from a long time ago where they, at the last previous major patch, where they mentioned that they were still going to make more changes. So I guess they're just like, look back at that and you'll know what we're changing, you know. And if you're not happy with it, here's a free Phantasy. So some people are probably sweating right now going, oh shit, my character's gonna undergo more non-consensual cosmetic surgery. I got a little worried too, because I'm like, oh shit, what, my character's better not, like, so far I've been happy with how my characters have looked since the graphics upgrade, but all it takes is for them to take some player feedback the wrong way, and my characters could be unrecognizable after Tuesday. Come Tuesday morning. and I might be like, oh hell no. You know? What the wait, what happened? Oh, okay, she just ran away. Dude, I thought that almost looked like Karen got hit by Ethan swinging a sword like that, and she just went rolling away. I was like, what the fuck? She just happened to run away in a very janky ass way that made it look that way. I don't know. I realized I rambled a lot without speeding it up when we've just been killing mobs. So I'll try to make up for it by just speeding it up now. I guess I was kind of banking on more cutscenes, but they're starting to cut down on them. They're making the dungeons more sort of straightforward, or at least this one. It could just be this chapter. But there's been a surprisingly few number of cutscenes this time around, basically, compared to previous chapters. Not even a trial or anything yet. Just a standard dungeon prog. There we go. We went 4 fucking blocks. Well, actually, this is the 4th block. So we went 3 blocks without any cutscenes. I'm kind of surprised. They're short and sweet, so it's definitely not like a complaint sort of thing. Like, oh my god, there's so many cutscenes. No, not really. It's just an observation that even if they're short and small, like, there was still plenty of cutscenes in previous chapters before, while you're making your way through the main dungeon for that chapter. This time there was like nothing. Ethan says, but in the end it was a cast. That assassin. Hugo says, who would try something like that? I'm guessing they've just been going over what happened back in the city. Karen says, I don't know. The communion is pretty diverse. It's not strange for there to be inner disputes. What's that? I don't know who said it, but... Oh, great. That's one kind of Gog. A 10 Gog. Karen? Maya says they're pretty ferocious, so be careful. Karen says, literally. Oh shit! Karen! I'll take care of Karen. You two take care of the Tengog. Ethan says, got it! He just collapsed. Fucking trial start. Not a trial? No, I guess we just fight. Okay. It's so interesting it's a mini boss, I guess. But it's interesting to see what the game decides to make it into a trial and what isn't. Like, you'd think this would have been one. But no. Destroyed.
You suck!
Karen! Oh.
Mama.
Oh no. Oh, so that's what happened.
Karen! Karen! Karen!
Oh, she's crying.
Karen! Karen, are you alright?
I knew there was childhood trauma.
I'm sorry. I got woozy for a second.
Maybe we should stop for a while until...
No, I'm fine, really. Let's get moving.
Karen?
She's hiding her feelings, obviously. Ethan says, Karen, are you alright? Karen says, I'm getting sick of everyone always asking if I'm alright.
You bastard! Ah!
Jesus. Ethan says, what's wrong? I just said I was worried about her. Hugo says, it's dangerous to go alone, Karen. Nice pose. Maya says, yeah, that Karen. Maya, what exactly happened to Karen? Maya says, Karen left home to join the Guardians. Until now, the only time she set foot on New Day since that time was when my mother passed away. She collapsed then, just like today. The trauma of losing her own mother. Apparently that demon thing we fucking killed, or whatever the hell it was, snatched her away. Maya says, that's why I worry about her so much. For Karen, new days in these woods are places she'd just as well not remember. Yeah, it's triggering her trauma. But just a while ago, the two of you were laughing it up. I've never seen Karen that happy before. Seriously. It's like she always forces herself to be emotionless and stern. She's always cool and professional. Whether she's yelling at us or facing down an AMF officer. Maya, you're the only one she'll show her true face to. Well, there was, again, on the train, she kind of let her guard down just a little before Magashi rolled up. Yeah. Ethan continues, in the Guardians, you won't make it if you don't learn how to bottle things up. Karen didn't come home because she didn't want her heart to burst. That's his, yeah. Opposite, based on everything that's happened so far, it's pretty obvious, yeah. Maya says, you're a nice guy, Ethan. And that's why you're gonna finish last. No. I'm sorry, it made it too easy. Maya says, I like nice guys. Oh shit! You're in, Ethan. You're in! Ethan says, huh? Where did that come from? You're getting hit on, Ethan. Maya says, but you've got a thing for Karen, don't you? He's like, damn, you're already taken. Ethan says, what? Where'd you get a crazy idea like that? He's basically, gee, I wonder. Clueless over here. Maya says, don't try to hide it from me. Women are very intuitive. I don't doubt you're very intuitive. You're worried about her, aren't you? Ethan says, that's... classic. Didn't deny it. That's because she's my instructor, obviously.
Bullshit! Dude, bullshit.
Yeah, we know he's bullshitting. Maya says, I'm just messing with you. Got him. You're so easy. Which is probably something else she likes about you now. And wishes you were single. Ethan says, you... Fuck! Maya says, Ethan, look after my little sister, okay? She always pushes herself too hard. I worry about her. Ethan says, of course. And he's like, great. Now she's never gonna let me live this down. She's just gonna be constantly shipping me and her sister now. Just like Lumia. More so though. Because Lumia just kind of dropped it right away. Maya's like, nah, you definitely got the hots for Karen, dude. I can tell you're worried about her right now because of what's happening. You definitely got the hots for my sister. A woman knows, Ethan. Well, I guess that means Maya's just gonna go for Hyuga instead. If she ends up fancying him the same way. If. Karen says, what are you doing, Ethan? Let's go. Yeah, they totally didn't hear any of that, even though they're right over there. Ethan says, I'm on my way. Get teased, Ethan. Get fucking teased. Alright, perfect stopping point. I wanted to reach a significant, like, break point, I guess. Like, some kind of cutscene happens, and then we can basically just start from here to get a little recap of what happened then the next stream. Let's see, we're at 8:30. So when if the video starts exactly here, I'll just rewind a bit so we can rewatch that and be like, oh, okay, that's right, this happened. Maya teased Ethan about, you know, she likes him because he's a nice guy, so she got the hots for him, but then she realized that he has the hots for her sister, Karen, so she's like, oh shit, this guy's already taken, oh well. Anyway, so yeah, that'll be the recap for next time. But yeah, we're gonna leave it there, because I gotta go start winding down to get ready for bed. And I actually went like 10 minutes over because I realized I rambled a lot on this stream. Quite a bit, more than other streams, or the last few at least. I rambled quite a bit about a lot of things. Holy shit, like I covered topics about Grand Theft Auto and FF14. I don't know why the hell, my mind was just going everywhere. It was definitely an ADHD kind of day. Combine that with me rambling, and it just turns into these long tangents. But yeah, I'll leave it here for now. So as always, thank y'all very much for watching. I appreciate the support across Twitch and YouTube. Wherever you decide to watch, I appreciate it very much. As always, please take care of yourselves, stay safe out there, don't die. And I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and good night. And remember, I had to end it the same way again, dude. I'm sorry, guys. Remember, we're on Starship Earth. Oh my god. I'm never gonna live this down whenever somebody sees these VODs and goes like, you asshole.